guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on the channel, we're going to talk about matches that I would put on the SummerSlam match card. We already have several matches on the match card, but these are the ones that I would go ahead and add. So we have John and Cody, Gunther versus Punk, Naomi, Rhea, Io, Jade and Tiffy, Becky and Lyra, and Randy and Jelly Roll versus Paul and Drew. And so I would add, personally, these matches. So after Raw this week, I would definitely add Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Number one, because I think that you need Jey Uso and Roman at SummerSlam in some form. Number two, we still don't know what's going on with Seth clearly, so having Braun and Bronson kind of take out these two or take on these two that they've already had history with would make the most sense for them right now. And so I definitely think that match would be great. Plus, I feel like we were already gonna get this match before, after the WrestleMania. We were kind of heading down this road, so I think that makes the most sense, and it would be a great match to do. Let's be honest. And then, of course, staying in the family, I would add Solo versus Jacob Part 2 to this match card because I think that makes the most sense. As much as I would love to add Jimmy in that match somewhere, I don't know as if he fits really because he's kind of on Team Jacob. I definitely think he would be by Jacob's side to help him fend off Solo's family and to stop the interference. But I definitely think that Jacob and Solo would make the most sense going into SummerSlam so that Jacob can kind of get some revenge. And staying with the SmackDown belts, we know Julia has the championship over there. And I personally think that just putting her back with Zelina at SummerSlam makes the most sense right now. She's had a little bit of a feud with Stephanie, but we know that Stephanie already has a title shot at Clash in Paris because she won the Battle Royal. So I think that I would put Julia versus Zelina. Zelina has been kind of connecting with her darker side and her heel side lately. So I think having Zelina just completely snap and go against Julia would be a good storyline and a good fit for the SummerSlam matchup. And let's be honest, you guys, we only have 3 weeks until SummerSlam, so we don't have a lot of time to build new storylines. So these are all going to be a lot of repeat storylines because they already have the history, they already have the chemistry, and they already have the reasons why. So a lot of these might be um like old storylines that are just reviving, but I think they make the most sense just with the time frame that we have. Now we do have our women's tag team with Roxanne and Raquel, and the person that I would like to see them go against the most is Alexa and Charlotte. I talked about it on my last video. I love their dynamic. I think they're a great tag team, and I think this match would hold a lot of star power. And we have to have the Queen in some form and fashion at SummerSlam as well. It's just a pivotal piece. She was out last year, so she wasn't there. So we have to have her there this year. And I think that makes the most sense. How we get there, though, I would definitely put the tag division in like a bracket and have them win their way there and be like a number one contender. For sure, I think that would make the most sense. But I definitely would love to see Alexa and Charlotte face Raquel and Roxanne at SummerSlam. And I'm still being delusional and hoping that maybe Liv Morgan can surprise us and show up. But I think she's out for a little while. But I can be delusional and I can hope for that. And then, of course, the match that we've been all waiting for. If Dominic is clear, definitely Dominic and AJ should go on the card. We've been waiting for that. It was supposed to happen at Night of Champions, but Dom is dealing with an injury. So hopefully he is healing and he can go on the match card against AJ and we can get that great match. Honestly, I want Dom to retain that. If we do get that match, I want Dom to continue to hold his belt. But I think that would be a great opponent for Dom in his title run. I think it would be great chemistry in the ring, and I honestly think they would both just put on a great show. And then we've kind of seen little bit teasers of this. We've seen Aleister get into it with Ron Killings. And then last week on SmackDown, Damian Priest stepped in and was like, yo, chill. And Aleister attacked him. So I would definitely like to see Aleister and Damian on the match card. Maybe even throw in Ron Killings in there. Or he can just pop up afterwards and attack Aleister to create that storyline again. But I definitely would like to see Aleister and Damian on the match card. We haven't seen a lot of Damian since Backlash, which is not right because I think he should have a match every PLE. He's fantastic. Seeing him live at Backlash with Drew McIntyre was amazing. So I definitely would give Damian the nod every single PLE because I think he's great at what he does. But seeing him and Aleister go face to face would be a very good match. And it could honestly even be like a last man standing or something like that street fight between these two and the chaos that they ensue. It could be anything. So I definitely would love to see that. And then we have the Wyatt Six. They are holding the tag titles, which honestly I was shocked about. I did not have that on my bingo card at all for them to beat the Profits for the titles. And honestly, I think the best bet for them at SummerSlam, because I don't really know as if they have a whole lot of history with other people, is to just go against the Profits again. It's either that or they have like a big tag match with all of the tag teams in it. But I think definitely facing a current tag team like the Profits or going against all of them as a whole would make the most sense, just for the simple fact that the Wyatt Six took some time off of TV, so they don't have storylines with a lot of other people besides the core tag team group right now. So I definitely think that makes the most sense for them. I would be surprised if it was anybody else, but I feel like they have to be on the match card because I feel like at a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam, every title needs to be defended, and that includes the tag titles. And then the last one that I would add, and I kind of went back and forth on this one, but I'm going to put these two together because they do have a little bit of a connection. And I feel like you can't have SummerSlam without either one of them, and I think the match would be great. Is I'm going to do Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Vaquer, and the only reason that I say that is because they have a little history together. We did see Stephanie meet Nikki just recently at like Evolution. She got in her line or whatever, which was awesome. She was super excited about that. And so I think that dynamic and that mutual respect would create a good match. And honestly, I don't want SummerSlam without either one of them. We've seen Nikki, kind of come up recently back to Raw. She made an appearance in the Royal Rumble, and then she was gonna have a fight with Liv Morgan, which turned into her being in the Battle Royal, and this is like an ongoing thing, so she's not just a one and done. And so I think having both of them on the card at SummerSlam would be great. The only other match that I would like more, honestly, is we've seen Nikki go against Chelsea and the um Secret Harvest. And so we could do the three of them, Chelsea Piper and Alba, versus Nikki, Brie, and Stephanie, possibly. Or maybe even Natty. I just feel like Stephanie has to be on the card, and I feel like Nikki has to be on the card. So I think throwing them in a storyline together would make the most sense. But honestly, like, I feel like the hype for this SummerSlam is not as big as the one last year. Last year, watching SummerSlam, I was like on the edge of my seat during the Liv and Rhea stuff with the Dom storyline, and there was just so many storylines that were going on and cooking, and I don't feel like we have that as much this year, but I think we're still in for a very good show. I think there's quite a few titles that could possibly change hands, honestly. And I'm interested to see what they continue to add to the match card. But if you were booking SummerSlam, what matches would you add to the match card? Let me know in the comments. As always, subscribe, follow me on socials, and I'll see you next time.